In this chapter, the darkness begins to recede as hope takes root. New alliances are solidified, old wounds begin to heal, and our heroine embarks on a path toward a future where unity and renewal shine brighter than ever. Enjoy this next chapter of our unfolding epic. As the first blush of dawn crept over the horizon, a palpable shift stirred within the hearts of those who had long known only hardship and despair. The shattered realms, scarred by conflict yet resilient in spirit, began to awaken from a night of endless turmoil. In this tender moment between night and day, hope emerged like the gentle rays of sunlight piercing through the darkness, promising a new era of possibility and unity. The early morning air was filled with the fresh scent of dew and the quiet hum of life reasserting itself in even the most desolate corners of the land. In the aftermath of fierce battles and bitter losses, the inhabitants of the fractured world sensed that this new day was different. A day when the promise of restoration was not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality. The rising sun cast long, hopeful shadows over ancient ruins and budding greenery, as if nature itself were affirming the rebirth of its own spirit. Across the lands, communities that had once been torn apart by mistrust and despair began to come together in an unprecedented display of solidarity. Villages and hideaways, previously isolated in their grief, opened their doors to one another. Town squares echoed with the soft murmur of conversations and laughter, a gentle symphony of reconciliation that spoke of a shared determination to rebuild. The bonds of kinship, long neglected amid the chaos, now wove themselves into the fabric of daily life as people rediscovered the strength found in unity. At the center of this transformation stood the heart of unity, a relic whose steady, pulsing light had weathered countless storms and emerged even brighter after the fierce confrontations with the dusk-bound. Its glow now radiated warmth and hope, serving as a beacon for all those who believed that even the deepest scars could eventually fade. The relic had transcended its role as a mere symbol of past struggles. It had become a promise of healing and a rallying cry for a future where broken bonds could be mended. For our heroine, the rising dawn signified not only a change in the landscape, but also an evolution within herself. Each trial faced in the shattered realms had carved new strengths into her being, and the lessons of past conflicts now fueled her determination to lead her allies into this brave new era. As she journeyed through recovering settlements and fields reborn with wildflowers, she encountered familiar faces marked by resilience and hope, each one a testament to the transformative power of perseverance. Together, they formed a fellowship bound by shared dreams of redemption and the promise of a united future. In the soft glow of the new day, unexpected alliances began to take shape. Leaders who had once quarreled over the remnants of a shattered past now joined forces, recognizing that only a unified front could safeguard their reclaimed world. Among these new bonds was the reconciliation between ancient mystics and battle-hardened warriors, each bringing a unique perspective to the common cause of renewal. These alliances, forged in the crucible of shared sacrifice, hinted at the dawn of a renaissance that would redefine the very essence of their society. As the realms stirred back to life, the ancient magic that had lain dormant for centuries began to awaken alongside the people. In hidden groves and beneath crumbling archways, subtle energies danced in the air, an ethereal reminder that the world was far more wondrous than it might seem. This resurgence of magic breathed new life into old legends, rekindling forgotten lore and inspiring awe in those who witnessed its delicate power. The interplay of nature, mysticism, and human resolve coalesced into a force that promised to heal even the most grievous wounds. In towns and gathering places, communities marked the rising dawn with celebrations that echoed the joy of rebirth. Festive gatherings were held under starlit skies and bathed in the glow of the new sun, where song and dance became the language of renewal. These moments of collective celebration were not mere fleeting distractions from past sorrows. They were declarations that life, in all its fragile beauty, was worth cherishing and protecting. In every shared smile and every tear of joy, the spirit of the shattered realms found a way to rise again. Yet even as the dawn heralded hope and unity, the road ahead remained fraught with challenges. The scars of previous conflicts still marred the landscape, and lingering tensions threatened to fracture the delicate bonds of peace. Our heroine understood that the journey toward lasting redemption required vigilance, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the ideals of unity. Every step forward would demand not only courage but also the wisdom to learn from the past, ensuring that the promise of the rising dawn was not dimmed by the shadows of former strife. As the sun ascended higher in the sky, its light illuminating the path ahead, our heroine felt the call of destiny more clearly than ever before. The rising dawn was not merely a symbol of a new day. It was an invitation to embrace the future with open arms and a determined heart. The legacy of the heart of unity, the bonds of newfound alliances, and the lessons of past struggles converged into a powerful force. A force that urged her to continue her journey toward a destiny that was as unpredictable as it was hopeful. In that radiant moment, the promise of renewal became a living, breathing reality. Standing on a hill overlooking a landscape reborn, our heroine gazed out over the tapestry of lives interwoven in the shattered realms. The rising dawn was more than a time of day. It was a beacon for the future, a guiding light for all those who believed in the transformative power of hope. It affirmed that, no matter how deep the wounds or how long the night, the promise of a brighter tomorrow was always within reach. In the soft glow of that early morning light, the world seemed to whisper that redemption was not just a dream, but a destiny waiting to be fulfilled. In the wake of the rising dawn, when hope had begun to light even the darkest corners of the shattered realms, a deeper call stirred. A call to reclaim what had been lost and restore the forgotten chapters of a once united world. The path ahead was steeped in echoes of the past, each reverberation urging our heroine to confront not only external threats, but the lingering shadows within the hearts of her people. Deep beneath layers of time and neglect, relics of a storied past lay hidden, etched into the walls of ancient ruins and whispered in the wind like long-forgotten lullabies. These were the chronicles of a civilization that had once thrived on unity, wisdom, and the relentless pursuit of beauty. The archives of old, scattered across abandoned libraries, cryptic monuments, and secret groves, were a treasure trove of knowledge that could mend the rift between fractured communities. Guided by a resolve that was both tender and unyielding, our heroine embarked on a quest to recover these lost chronicles. Each recovered fragment, a faded mural, a half-buried inscription, a relic pulsating with the energy of bygone eras, was a step toward reclaiming the collective memory of a people yearning for wholeness. In these silent echoes, she heard the voices of those who had once dared to dream of a future built on solidarity and understanding. As word of her quest spread, pockets of resistance and hope began to form among the people. Elders recalled legends passed down through generations, while young wanderers joined the search with fervor and innovation. Together, they pieced together narratives that transcended mere survival. The reclamation was not just about restoring stone and relics. It was about reviving the spirit of community, unearthing the shared experiences that had long bonded their ancestors. In vibrant gatherings around restored monuments, the people recounted tales of valor, love, and sacrifice. These stories, like seeds sown in fertile soil, began to sprout new hope. Each recounted memory fortified the bonds between neighbors and kindled a determination to rebuild the shattered tapestry of their society. The echoes of the past were no longer distant murmurs. They had transformed into a resounding chorus that filled the hearts of all who listened. The quest led our heroine and her companions into territories where nature and history intertwined in haunting beauty. In an ancient amphitheater reclaimed by wild ivy and luminous blossoms, she discovered a stone tablet inscribed with a prophecy of unity, a testament to the belief that even the most broken realms could be restored with courage and collective will. The inscription spoke of a time when the echoes of loss would give way to the harmonious song of reclamation, a song that resonated with every heartbeat. Yet, the journey was not without peril. In the labyrinthine corridors of a sunken citadel, guarded by spectral wardens and treacherous traps, danger lurked at every turn. Each step through these forgotten halls was a test of resolve, a confrontation with the remnants of despair that had once held the realm captive. With every trial, the strength of our heroine and her band of loyal allies grew. Their determination was a blazing counterpoint to the encroaching darkness, a living proof that hope, once kindled, could never be extinguished. However, the path to reclamation was fraught with challenges both external and internal. As the collective memory began to reawaken, so too did the forces that had once sought to plunge the world back into oblivion. The dusk-bound, driven by a relentless hunger to keep the past suppressed and the future mired in despair, launched renewed assaults against the gathering of those who dared to dream. Their ambushes, marked by stealth and cruel precision, were a stark reminder that the battle for unity was never solely fought on open fields, but also in the unseen recesses of the mind and heart. In the heat of these encounters, our heroine faced not only the tangible threats of the enemy, but also the specters of her own doubts. Each clash with the Duskbound was as much a confrontation with her inner fears as it was with the agents of chaos. But in the crucible of conflict, she found that her resolve was mirrored in the eyes of her comrades. Each scar, each loss, a lesson that only deepened their collective strength. The struggle was arduous, and at times, the shadows of despair threatened to overwhelm them. Yet the memory of what had been reclaimed and the promise of what still lay ahead served as a beacon that never faltered. With every battle fought and every relic recovered, the foundations of a unified realm began to take shape. In bustling marketplaces that emerged amid the ruins, artisans and scholars labored side by side to reconstruct the cultural mosaic of their heritage. Workshops became centers of innovation where ancient techniques were revived and interwoven with new ideas. The reconstruction was both physical and emotional, a deliberate act of reclamation that healed old wounds and laid the groundwork for future prosperity. Festivals sprang up in newly rebuilt plazas, where the community celebrated the resilience of the human spirit through art, music, and dance. These celebrations were more than expressions of joy. They were affirmations of identity and unity. In the shared laughter of children, the proud recitations of elders, and the passionate debates of the newly formed councils, the reclaimed legacy of the past shone brightly as a promise for tomorrow. In the midst of these transformative efforts, the heart of unity, now pulsating with the combined energy of reclaimed memories and renewed hope, became the living symbol of the realm's renaissance. Its gentle glow was a constant reminder that no matter how deeply the scars of time might run, the light of community and courage could mend even the most shattered of dreams. The relic's steady rhythm harmonized with the collective heartbeat of a people determined to reclaim their destiny. Standing at the crossroads of history and the future, our heroine surveyed the progress with quiet satisfaction. Each step taken, each memory reclaimed, was a victory against the forces of oblivion. The echoes of the past had been transformed into a powerful, unifying anthem, a call to all who had once been divided by darkness, now united in the quest for a brighter, reclaimed future. As the day drew to a close and twilight once again draped the land in its gentle embrace, a profound silence settled over the gathered communities, a silence laden with the promise of tomorrow. The journey of reclamation was far from complete, and many challenges still lay ahead. Yet in that moment of collective reflection, every soul present knew that the battle had shifted. The echoes of reclamation, once faint and fragmented, now resonated with undeniable strength and clarity. In that quiet pause between dusk and night, our heroine made a solemn vow to carry the torch of unity and remembrance forward, to ensure that every lost voice was heard, and that every reclaimed story became a cornerstone in the foundation of a new era. It was a pledge that transcended individual struggle and embraced the destiny of an entire people, a destiny defined not by the darkness of the past, but by the luminous promise of reclamation. In Part 5, the darkness begins to yield to the tender glow of a rising dawn. New communities unite, ancient magic reawakens, and the promise of renewal takes center stage. Our heroine, strengthened by her trials, stands as a symbol of hope, guiding her allies toward a future where unity and redemption are within reach. The struggle for unity reaches a pivotal moment as our heroine and her allies reclaim the echoes of a forgotten past. Through the recovery of ancient chronicles, the rekindling of collective memory, and the relentless confrontation with the forces that would see the realm remain in shadows, the journey toward a unified, redeemed future takes a decisive step forward. I hope you enjoyed Part 5. In Part 6, we'll dive into where the threads of fate weave together the ultimate confrontation and the dawning of a new era in this unforgettable tale.